Hi guys, Rachel with Spunky Misfit Girl here, and I wanted to do just a simple thing that I've been doing here recently, which is making my own ribbon of a sort. I got a bunch of muslin fabric for the upcoming crafters convention for one of the make and takes that we're gonna do. And so I had a bunch of it left over, and I was trying to figure out what to do with it. And I never seem to have enough variety of ribbon, and particularly things that I want to put on my tags. And these are good for that. And they're also good as little bits as part of collage as well. So these are really simple. This is just super cheap muslin, which you can get off any online retailer, really. I got a big batch for pretty cheap, and I'm just rubber stamping on it. So I just got this rubber stamp, which I'm really excited to try out. This came from a shop called Scriptum in Oxford, in the UK, and it was the only one they had. So I felt very special getting this very unique kind of vintage rubber stamp, and I was really excited about it. I have a bunch of others that I used. I used this kind of just big block of text on this one, and my postmarks, which I love. And I really liked how these came out. So I thought I would just try some different things. They're not really long enough. I've been cutting them because when I cut with scissors on this, the edge ends up just really jagged and awful. And I actually like this kind of straight but beaten up look. And I'm getting that by cutting with my guillotine cutter. But that does mean that they're not really long enough to make closures on my journals, unless it was like a really small journal, but that's okay. I'm mostly using them for tags and things. So this is the ink that I usually use for rubber stamping. It's a VersaFine. It tends to work pretty well. Vintage Sepia is the color, in case you're looking for that. And I want to just try out a couple of these different, I'm going to try some different things than what I used there, just to see what I like best, what comes out nicely. In case you haven't done a lot of rubber stamping, I tend to use the pad against the stamp rather than the other way around. Gets me better results. I'm gonna just it's a bit faint, but that's okay on this. I have some others that I wanted to try out here too. Of this, this one is actually from a Stamperia Alice set that I thought might make a nice border. Maybe just make a long strip of that. Maybe a couple of them in a row. I think I like the busy full text block of this one because it gives a lot of, that one came out a little better. That could be nice. Just need to make sure I get enough ink on here. Yeah, that one could be okay. I'm gonna cut that out so that it's its own piece there. If you don't have a big collection of rubber stamps, you can use other things like corrugated cardboard or really anything that will make a texture as a rubber stamp if you want. I like that all by itself. Just don't know. I like to keep it this length, the whole length of it. I don't think I can get these sides to look nice. Cutting them with scissors though. Oh, I'm not good at that, especially with this muslin. It's like really hard to keep still. Looks okay though. We'll keep going with that. Try to be good with it. I was thinking about doing some lives at some point when life calms down a little bit. Maybe do like a Saturday night craft together. If you guys would be up for that. Or if there's another time, Saturday afternoon. I'm in Central Time in the US. If there's a time that would work for you and that's something you would enjoy, let me know. I think that'll work. It's a little, but I probably going to end up cutting it up anyway into smaller bits. Let's try this guy. Also is a Stamperia set that I haven't used at all yet, but I think this could make a nice pattern for this. That's enough. I think those rubbery ones are better than the acrylic. What do you guys think? Seems like they pick up more ink. That's not bad. I have had this ink pad for a very long time too. I probably could stand to have a new one. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this one off a little shorter and make those edges with my cutter so that you can see that comes out. It's a little tricky because it wants to slide around, but you can make it work if you hold it down and just kind of pull it apart. You might need to cut it a little more with the scissors to just separate those, depending on how strong your blade is too. And then you get that nice busted up edge on there. That was a little bit weird, that one, but I think it worked. I like it, actually. I think that'll work really nicely on something. It'll find its home. I think I'm gonna do a few more with this one, which I did the other day because it works really nicely. Let's come down here. Let's cut this part. I like this just like as a background, kind of. It's not very strong of a stamp. It comes out kind of, I was kind of doing it like, let's go like this. Quit fussing. Yeah. See, like it gives a good mottled look in the background. And when you do it sideways like this, and then kind of cut straight for the ribbons, ends up nice. And then I can do some of these others in between, like my postmarks. Oh yeah. That one's good. I like this one. Usually get a few goes out of it before I have to what else? Maybe one in there. I used a clock yesterday. I have this little remember guy. I don't know. I don't know if I want to mix that with my mail. Ooh, what about the bird cage? This bird cage. I also have some other interesting, like Victorian hotel logo ones that I got from Etsy. That at least one of was just on the desk. I don't know what I did with it now. I also have this one, which is kind of cool with postal stuff. I've got a B. Let's put remember, but somewhere else. See how this works. I made that a little too fuzzy. No, I don't see them. All right, that's okay. Let's use the bird cage. That's a total of, oh, you know what else I have? This guy. This guy works pretty well with mail too. Actually, let's do that. I do like the bird cage as well. The bird cage could actually be, I wouldn't mind using that as a visual. Like on its own, just on a piece of fabric here, is part of a collage. I think I'm gonna try making a couple for that purpose. Yeah? Yeah. All right, let's cut this up too. All right, let me just put it on here. Give it some edges. Come on. I need a sharper blade. My blade's a little bit. I don't want to cut it more with the scissors because it's gonna just make the edge bad again. There we go. So just like that. Is that nice? I like it. Just making a little pile here. I'm gonna do this on this side. Just cut off the jagged bits here. That didn't really want to go, even though I went through it a couple of times. But I think I got most of it. It's just this little bit in here, which I think I can. Darn. All right, we'll use a sharp blade, guys. There we go. Ribbons for junk journals. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and sign up for your free Steampunk Alice folio in the link in the description.